first up, we'll talk about Shandon.
Yeah, he's running quite a cool list here. I mean, something I would expect from I would say one of our top players here in the Western Cape. He's definitely in the top 5, I would say. If you look at some of the tournaments, the listings we've had for him playing, he's done really well. And in this list, he's got some really interesting ships. He's got some 2-tie advanced running accuracy corrector. I mean, is there any specific reason why you think that is a good upgrade for that ship, Carl?
Well, okay, one great thing about this TIE Tempest, it's a really cheap ship, and it's almost, you could say, the B-wing of the Imperial. And the great thing about accuracy corrector, you can really focus down on that defense, because you're always going to get that 2 hits, which is obviously its firepower of 2. And that focus token is going to allow you that average 1.5 evades, which could mean 2, that half, lucky off. Or you can take an evade token. I mean, that's a free evade. I mean, win-win, win-win. Always got 2 hits.
That's it. And then I see the Interceptors there by its lonesome self, and I mean, I usually, when I fly Interceptors, and I usually die horribly when I do fly them, I tend to go for the more higher pilot skill Interceptors with at least push the limit and some bells and whistles.
Like, I'm going to cut you right off here and say, this make me go goopy, please. Why you do this, Shandon? I cry. Why you put this Interceptor pilot skill 1? But the thing is, like, this guy was like the OG gangster of the tournament. He like literally came up against Cat and did a number to like some TIE bombers. I mean, if Shandon ever knows which Interceptor that is in his collection, he better treat that guy nice, because that guy was a bowler and a freaking half, face punching people. But yeah, the next ship, we have the average Academy pilots, right? Pilot skill 1.
The 2 newbies, I mean, and I do think these guys were mainly more just to block lanes, I think, and just kind of run interference for the more hard-hitting ships. And
like your typical South African student, right?
Yeah, pretty much, I would say so. So nothing much else there except the Scimitar Squadron also. TIE Bomber, I thought it was quite unique of him not running any ordnance on it, like, you know, something that could at least punch Jannie in the face. Well, his ships in the face.
Yeah, like...
Yeah,
don't worry. The one thing though, like, which really confused me about this list. I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count. Yes, good list of 6 ships. But the one thing that really confused me, I think I just take it a bit down to different levels. Why didn't he rather take ships with all the same pilot skill? Because you get to control your swarm a lot better. But obviously, he got to the finals with it, so I'm not going to judge him too much.
No, he did really well. No, he did really well.
Yeah, he did well.
Excellent with this list. And then we're going to quickly switch over to the Rebels. So now, if we're looking at the Rebel list, Jannie went full swarm here. I mean, you're looking at rocking 3 Z95s or Z95s. I mean, what's the correct South African pronunciation for that? Because I got told it's Z or Z or...
I don't know. I'm American. I believe in the way of the aluminum.
Oh, my word. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go with Z95s. And we've got 1 Blue Squadron. They're rocking Fire Control System, which is an amazing upgrade, I think, for any B-Wing to have.
You can tell you're a casual X-Wing player because you don't say FCS.
But you use the correct terminology, man.
Casual, carry on.
Oh.
I'm joking. Okay.
You're hurting my feelings, Kyle.
Don't worry.
I don't have any. It's cool.
No, you're taller than me. You can beat me up later. It's fine.
Oh, shit. Okay, here we go. So then we're on to the Gold Squadron. Now, this was interesting for me because this... having 2 of them, both of them with Auto Blaster turrets and the BTL A4 upgrade, is something that I reckon wants to get up like really close and personal, like within 1, and then just smash you. And I think that's what he wants to do with these.
Yeah, like those BTL, if you're in a jousting match, which pretty much this game's going to be in, those Auto Blasters are pretty damn threatening. You're going to get to range 1, you're going to have shots thrown at each other, and this makes the Y-Wing like a high priority target. You don't want to be a range 1 in this guy. He is going to get double the amount of shots and
essentially rip you 2 new a-holes.
Yeah, I mean, it's 20 points. It's pretty damn cheap for 8 points. I mean, 8 hull ship.
Yeah, so, and this is a considerable swarm. I mean, considering that he's packed 100 points into this list, I'm excited to see this game. So let's look at the game.
Yeah, let's get it going.
And we're off. Timer's kicked in there by Shan, and...
Who has the initiative, don't forget that.
So it's an interesting setup here. I'm coming from that side of the board, and obviously Jannie coming from the other side. You know, it's like you previously mentioned about the whole jousting thing. You know, this looks like it's going to happen quite a lot in this particular game.
Yeah, like Shandon is taking a pretty bold position. He's going to go up the center field where there's lots of space, where they can get some tight K turns or things in there. Because obviously going through that asteroid field, you're going to have to do maneuvers, which is going to set some ships out of position, which is risky. You could make it work, but obviously it doesn't work all the time, and these guys look like they want the safe route. And Jannie definitely wants the safe route. He's got tanky ships. He's not going to take chances, because if he goes straight down, he doesn't have to worry about dice, because he's got actual good statistics.
And both guys seem to be playing it very safe and slow at this stage, meaning just like setting each other up, and you know, quite very nice flying from Jannie's side, keeping all the formation nice and tight and clean, and Shandon also just swooping in now and doing some fancy barrel rolls, all kinds of maneuvers to just get max coverage there. And it's very interesting. Jannie took the sharp turns in, and you know, Shandon taking these lazy banks coming in. It's going to be interesting, because I think within the next 2 turns, you know, there's going to be a lot of firepower coming down that particular lane.
Yeah, no, that's definitely God, I love watching barrels. It's just such a, like, when you see these ships doing barrels, you just can't not think of
love it.
Star Wars going these barrels.
Yeah, sort of. Like, I can't do those kind of sound effects because I sound like a total idiot. But that was well done.
Yeah. No, I sounded like a cat guy.
More like a cat being put into a deep fryer, but it's all good. Check here. But what I enjoy about barrels, it's a very underutilized sort of action. I don't think a lot of people end up using it as much as they should. You know, it's a brilliant action. But I mean, back to the game. These guys are really gunning it. They're coming in straight for each other, and some focus is getting dealt there.
This is like the turn to be at. It's like obviously the turn where people are going to get some tight shots, and we're hoping for Jannie's sake he's going to do some 2 or 3 forwards, because he wants to get those Z95s in like range 1, get those 3 shots, make them effective, get some damage out, and watch some TIE fighters explode like they're supposed to, according to the movies, which I do not believe. Sorry, Imperial player. But
But I do think the strength is also going to come in from Jannie's side with those Y-wings, especially getting within 1 and being able to use those turrets. It's gonna literally rip Shandon a new a-hole. I think it's gonna be prison style.
Prison style.
Yeah, rough.
Like Breaking Bad prison style. I've never seen the series. Brokeback Mountain?
That was more sensual, but it's not going to be gentle loving. I think once those Y-wings are going to start, ripping, it's
they are pretty big ships.
They are, but I mean that B also. I mean, target locking now. He really wants to take that interceptor out. I mean, he's interceptors for me is a bit of a hit and miss sometimes. Shandon flying a very low pilot skill interceptor for me is very interesting. Like we mentioned in the beginning when we were looking at the lists. And him keeping them all information, it's crazy. But here we go.
First hits, and then the Y-wing's gonna take some shit. I mean, shots.
Some shits. I would too. I mean, but anyways, basically, so shield's gone there, so the Y-wing's already taking some pounding there. Whoa, we were back on that one, but
So he's thinking of using One great thing about Jannie, he's only got pilot skill 2, so he's gonna have more firepower put out before Shandon's pilot skill 1, which gives him pretty distinct advantage here.
And there's some damage there on the interceptor, which you don't want to lose early on, but it's
that's his 3-shotter, so he definitely wants that in play.
Not great rolling there, but unlucky.
Shandon, 2 evades.
Brilliant.
Nice, man.
He's staying alive there,
but
which is
Jannie's putting out some more evades.
Because this is generally where a low pilot skill list really proves its worth, because the amount of firepower you can wail on someone, it's impressive.
Ridiculous.
So not a lot of blanks coming up here, though.
More evades.
Shandon.
Jesus.
But now, some return fire coming from Shandon, so let's see what's going to happen here.
2 1-hit, 1 crit, and that's on the Y-wing, so we got a blank.
You use the focus there, so...
I'm sure you put a hit.
That's a crit. There's definitely a crit on that Y-wing, which is... You don't want to lose them early on, but sure. And another crit, so that's 2 crits on the same Y-wing, which is ouchies.
Jeez.
Yeah, remember that prison thing I said earlier? It's reverse rolls.
Yeah. These TIE Academy pilots, they're pretty OP. They're like using life hacks now.
Next round, and let's see what's going to happen here. And now this is the thing. This is where it gets interesting, because now you're flying with this mass swarm on the one side, swarm on the other side. Now it's just like it's mosh pit time. I mean, the guys are getting into each other's hair quite quickly, and the thing is the loss of actions, the bumpage. that's not very favorable.
Yeah,
I mean, depending on what your strategy is. And it's going to be interesting to see what Jannie's actually going to be doing with his Ys now.
Yeah, I mean, more than likely he's going to try K-turn the 1 and just go forward because he's obviously predicted there's going to be a lot of bumpage and he's not going to get that 4K on the back yellow Y.
Yeah.
So he's going to more than likely, and if he does that K-turn now, he's got a pretty damn perfect setup. And
he's going to take Shandon firmly from behind.
Yeah,
again, that prison thing, man.
You sure you're not gay yet?
Hey, I'm a happy person, man. Happily married.
Happy married.
Oh, talking about K-turns, you called it, man. Well done.
Nice,
well done. So definitely that blaster turret's gonna do the business now. I think. What you think?
It's gonna. I can't lie. It's gonna put some hurt out. I mean, you got 2 blaster turrets there, plus the 3 shots from the Y-wing. That's some serious damage and a bit of bumpage there, but that always happens.
It happens.
That's X-wing.
If you move into this close proximity, bumpage is always the problem.
If you're not bumping ships, you're not playing the game. Let's be honest.
You're trading some paint, man. Trading some paint. But checking some range, and I think the shots are going to get rolled now. And I mean, here we go. Shannon's out of the gate, and
only 1 hit though, so a bit of a awkward spot there. So he's rubbing those dice, giving them some luck.
I rub my dice too, vigorously, but it helps. It helps now and then. It helps with the hits. You know?
Performance increase, I hear.
There we go. Oh yeah, definitely. But here we go. So let's see what's going to happen here, because definitely I do think he's kind of got the upper hand in this particular turn. You know, just being able to utilize all his ships to fire, and Shandon did get a lot of bumps there, which is going to limit what he can do. But
I'm wondering if that TIE fighter can actually shoot there, the one facing towards the right.
No, he can. I think he's got the Z in arc there, but we'll see now. And so it's just once again brilliant rolls, but Shandon is on fire.
So that Z's going to fire the TIE. These guys are so nice. They even point what they're shooting at.
Yeah. At this level of tournament play, I mean, it's always one of those things. The guys are always very professional, and especially this being a semi-final, I mean, there's a lot at stake here.
So. I mean, this TIE advance is actually taking a serious fight. That's auto blaster, more damage.
Oh dear.
And this guy,
range.
I think he's going for the range 2, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to try. Well, let's see.
Oh, range 2.
And again, more hits on that Academy. So it's the Academy's getting a lot of love here. The wrong kind of love, you know. So.
All the right.
Oh, depends on what you like. But anyways, here we go. So more hits and more evades by Shandon. So I think that's the perk on Shannon's list. I mean, you know, Jannie's got a lot of shields going on most of his ships, but Shannon's got a lot of green dice, so he's got a lot of chance to roll evades, which is great.
But you got to take into account that Jannie's got some auto blasters, which those green dice don't do much, and he's got
some more impressive hits, and Jesus, Ys are taking strain. But another good roll, but alas, another crit. So these guys aren't messing around. They're not messing around.
Though I have to say, Shandon has to get some space because 3 agility works well against 2 shots, and he's just playing too close for fire, and he's getting 3 shots on 3 agility, and we all know there's more hits on the dice than evades on the green.
But now it's Shannon's turn to do some K-turns, which is great because now he's going to get into a much favorable...
Yeah, that intercept is probably going to put some damage there. I mean, he's probably still going to be in range 1 of some ship. Yeah. Well... He hopes, but Jannie's definitely in a good position here.
The tides are going to turn now, so let's. It's going to be interesting to see what Shannon's going to pull out of the hat here, because I still think some of his ships are still bumping, which is you know taking actions away from him, and I don't know about you, intercepted without a lot of actions is not always a great thing to have, and the same thing goes for most other ships like the Advance, the TIEs. I mean, you need those barrels or those focuses, things like that.
Well, just the focus tokens really do make the difference in the end of the game. I mean...
But here we go. So Jannie's actually getting out of the fray there. I mean, he's moving out a little bit, and you think he's hightailing it or what?
I think he's just going to try to get some space out, because... The thing is, not many ships can shoot on the right there. I don't think there's a big hand in the way, but...
Oh, wait, well...
there we go.
So that's another bump.
That B-Wing's got some shots there. He can shoot that advance.
He's got that. Oof, he's gonna feel it tomorrow. Or the next day, or never, because he might die. But it's gonna happen. So possibly another K coming in there, but we'll see what's gonna happen. He's gonna clear it, and by hot diggity damn, he just pulled it off. So stressed, well flown. I mean, that's one thing about Jannie. I mean, you mentioned earlier, Jannie flies very well. And both of these players, I mean, they just like at the top of the game with this particular list. But de-stressing there, hopefully. And that's happened. So let's see what's going to happen. Oh, lockage.
Ooh, going for the
I think that Interceptor's days are numbered.
I'm actually surprised he isn't going for the Bomber, because the Bomber's in good position.
Yeah.
And
at this stage, also the bigger threat, I would say.
yeah, but obviously one hull left on Intercept, you do want to take it out, but he might be at range 3, you might get 4 of 8 dice against 2 shots, you're not going to get very far, I don't think.
Yeah, you want to try and get the points too. I mean, that's one of those things.
Yeah.
You want to try and maximize it, but here we go.
To one hit, some evades there.
Ooh, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here. Just checking the range and rolling
2
a bit
hits.
more. But
2 evades. Bounce rolling.
Yes.
2 hits again.
Again, and not so lucky. But yeah, it could have been worse. Let's see Shandon rubbing those dice really hard. I'll stop with that. But another good roll nonetheless. And let's see what's going to happen here. Some fire being exchanged with this Wise.
So that's the normal primary shots.
That is a very good roll from Jannie. That's a lot of damage.
That is a death sentence right there.
She just wrote that letter. No one's going to read it.
Yeah.
That's
and
fine.
that Z95 just went down as well, so we both lost the trade, but obviously Z95's half the points value.
That's it.
So
another good roll. So Shandon has managed to keep a lot of his vital ships alive at this stage, but both sides have been, dealing blows here like crazy, man. It's like watching a boxing match between 2 heavyweights at this stage.
I guess so, yeah.
Not saying that they're fat, but I'm just saying heavyweights because it's hard-hitting stuff. So. Yeah. But yeah, some more vigorous rubbing from Shandon. Let's see what's going to happen. And hopefully that will improve things. But yeah, there we go.
1 hit.
Let's see what's going to happen here.
Okay, Shannon's obviously going to shoot the Y-Wing.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it at this stage.
2 hits, 1 evade. Boom, gone.
Pop.
So Shannon's now in the lead, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
And
but
3 shots against 2 evade. Whoa, that Interceptor's doing 2 hits. Oh, that's always fun.
Some double evade from Jannie. So very good. Kind of fending it off. But I think this turn it's gonna happen here. Yeah. I mean, it's at that point of the game where it could go either way. And I mean, as you know, with X-wing, you never know until you know your last ships could still do potential damage. But it's going to be interesting to see what's going to come out of Shannon's turn now. Yeah,
well, Shannon's obviously going to hightail for the Y and the B, and he has to because that's the heavy hitters.
Yeah, I would nail that B as hard as I can.
Oh, is that off the board?
No, it's in.
Oh, fancy flying. That is fancy.
Pro
a
stuff
scholarship flyer.
And again, Shandon proves again that he's a very calm, he's like one of those players that he's like, you never think very much until you actually go up against him. And I've had some tight games against him, and he's such an awesome guy to fly against. Chilled out most of the time.
Well, he's only kicked my ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, so's most people. But yeah.
But some bumpage happening there, and at this stage things are looking very much on the up for Shandon. I mean, he's got a lot more ships on the board, but
he's denying those actions, which is super important.
Oh yeah.
And this B-wing's probably going to do a K turn. Yep, that 2K. That's that's a signature move of the B-wing.
That thing has messed me up a couple of times, but I've managed to also get some good shots out of that ship.
You'll be happy to sit here and wave it. You're not going to see as many B-wings as you used to. So
Jannie's trying to keep that Z95 alive. Obviously, trying to soak up some points here. He doesn't want to lose more ships, but I mean,
he's also trying to hightail the back and. Yeah, it's a good maneuver. So let's see if this TIE Advance will actually survive, because, the 5K is just a bit too far.
That Y-Wing's going to nail him hard. And unfortunately, not a great roll, and there's more hits now, and it's gone. It's gone. It just got pooped out there, man. It's crazy.
Well, let's see what this Interceptor, after the B-Wing's going to do some nice shooting.
Oh, man. Like, I really do hope that Shandon can sort of pull off, at least get one more kill. I mean, that one Y-Wing is very, very, very
one hit.
Ouchie. So
Interceptor still being the OG gangster.
Amazing evade rolls. But just checking range, and obviously no hits there. Reroll. No.
1 evade. Oof, so that's another damage.
It's getting there. And now it's the Y-Wing's going to actually pull off some shots here by the looks of it. But nope. Another damage.
Down. Jeez. Whoa. This is quite a game changer. I mean, if he can keep that Interceptor in the game, he's in a really good position.
But that's the thing now. I mean, do you think you would have been better off by applying maybe something, for instance, like a push the limit on there so you can get some more stuff out of it?
You can't put a push the limit on such a low pilot skill. I mean,
it's a waste.
Low pilot skill Interceptors aren't bad with auto thrusters. When I was in Australia, I saw it actually play quite a lot. But at national levels in net listing,
Yeah.
you don't see it that much.
No.
But
But here's the bomber now, so
Yeah.
hopefully the bomber has not been doing very much, and I mean,
bit.
it also looks fairly unscathed. So
Yeah.
hopefully he can do some hurt on that B-wing, because that B-wing has to go, and it doesn't look like the B-wing's taking much strain at this stage.
yeah, I mean that B-wing's still on full health. But as you say, Shandon has to kill the 3 hit ships.
Yes.
That's because your 2 hit ships you can at least dodge quite nicely with your high
and a bump.
agility.
You see now again, no action for the B-wing there, but I mean
Yeah.
at this stage, you know, it's come down to the point where it's now just trading the last couple of blows.
But obviously, you have to also take into account you can't kill that B-wing in one turn right now.
No.
So he'd probably be shooting at the Zs.
Yeah, to get the points, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's let's see.
Evaded. He's safe.
Yeah,
And
and
safe
again a
again.
brilliant roll. Jeez Louise,
Blanks and
like,
hits.
again.
Evades. Nice.
Amazing. I wish I had that sort of luck with green
but
dice.
Jannie had some harsh rolls there. Like,
Yeah.
Okay,
So
one
getting
evade.
some
and,
hits on the B there. So finally the B is taking some strain,
Yeah.
but at least it's one of those things. You know, they're going to have to see if they can get a max amount of shots here. I mean, what do you think is currently on the board the most dangerous ship still?
Obviously the B-wing
Yeah.
and the interceptor. I mean, the interceptor has to go down. It's on one hit hull point. I mean, but
I can't believe it survived that long.
he's being pretty thug life right now.
Yeah.
There's a 3 case.
Oh, there we go.
He's coming back into the game,
He
and
has to.
I'm actually interested to see what Jannie's going to do with that B-wing.
More K turns. So now it's just crisscrossing at this stage, but I think that B might turn in.
He's going to probably do a hard.
Yeah, he's got to be able to actually get shots on that interceptor. That interceptor has to go. But I also want the B-wing to go. It's like, you know, who do you root for? Yeah, I love both players. But jeez Louise, it's...
Well, I'm rooting for Imperial. I don't know about you,
yeah,
but I'm an
I'm
Imperial
playing-
player.
I'm playing
player.
Imperial at the moment. I mean, like, you know, I love that particular faction. But the Rebels have got some nice ships too, man. There's some nice synergies. But
fun games.
Bump
No,
again.
Oh, jeez.
So once again, there's academies, you know, playing interference there.
Yeah.
Which is,
So is that the? Yeah, that's the interceptor shooting
yeah,
there.
No, definitely they're piling it
Yeah.
on here now.
And
So hopefully, oof.
the bomber's getting
blanks,
hit.
and it's getting strain here.
Ooh.
Again.
Oh wait, no, that was evade. That's nice
Yeah.
evade and
2 evades,
So
but
one hit,
it's
one
a
crit.
crit, which is not good.
so let's-
Really not good.
so
But
let's-
now Shannon has to be careful here because you know whatever choice he's making now is something it's gotta you know
well, he's
gotta
gonna
hit.
go for that Z. It's on 1 hull point,
Yeah.
and
Ooh.
oh wait, sorry, that's a
Man.
full hull point Z.
Yeah.
My bad.
He's trying to get it down, but I mean, would you not maybe want to rather switch all your focus towards the B-wing at this stage? I mean, what do you think? This late game, that might not be an option.
Yeah, it's really hard call. But how much that B-wing still got 5 hit
Yeah,
points.
it's still sitting pretty
Yeah.
there. And at this stage, I don't know much more the bomber can pull off. I mean, it's going to be tricky to see.
Bomber's got quite a bit of health. I think it's taken a double damage card. Yeah, it's only got 3 hit
And
points.
over the rock, so
And
let's see.
let's see.
Oh, and he
Oh,
gets
it
a
hit.
damage. That is so unlucky. But I mean, you sometimes got to take that sort of risk. I mean, just to get
And
into
risk
better
that-
position.
Yeah, risking biscuits is always important in this game.
Biscuits.
Yeah. And then, so that Z95 is more than likely going to go over that roid
Yeah,
after.
That's it.
So, yeah.
But the thing now is, like Shannon, you know, obviously taking the risk to get into that position, he's got to make it count now.
He's also got to do some bumpage, otherwise he's going to go
another
over that
K.
asteroid, which could end it.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
if you're also unlucky,
that's tight. That's tight. That's fancy.
that
that
is
is tight.
Good flying,
And
but stressed.
One hard.
Does buy him a little bit of time, but I mean that bomber's on borrowed time, man. It's he's on timeshare. So yeah.
And blanks, which is
Not
never
good,
good
but
for
stress. Ouchies.
that
never
was
good.
from doing the K turn obviously earlier.
Blank and a reroll. Let's see. Uh-oh.
I can't see what that is.
Yeah, that
it
was
looks
evade.
like double
Again,
evade.
evade.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Spread out a bit there, but this bomber is taking a lot of punishment at this stage.
And it's
still going, and it's another crit.
Eesh. It's a crit that lets live. That's the important bit.
And that's it. He's still flying. And another crit. Jeez Louise.
What is that?
That's a focus.
That's a dead bomber.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Oh, there's me. Uh-oh. It's definitely not cocked. But anyways, yeah,
That's a dead bomber.
yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Oh, geez. So.
And it seems to be not going in Shannon's
Oh,
favor.
wow. That's the bit. If he can take out the Z95.
That's 2 dodge. That's it, game, guys. And that was it. A very interesting game by both players. I really think it was a really good game. And I mean, at this stage, you know, I would say probably we can pause because that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much for watching our first video. We will be making more of these, and they will improve with every single one. So please stay tuned. And once again, thank you for watching and bearing with us. Then on the 5th and 6th of December, the Star Wars X-Wing South African Championship will be held at Battle Bunker, Tiger Valley in Cape Town. So if you are interested to join in the fun, you still have time to register. Otherwise, come support the players. It's going to be 2 amazing days filled to the brim with X-Wing awesomeness. Cheers, guys, and fly casual.